Hello everyone, this is PrussianPrince with another Total War Warhammer 2 tournament match cast. Now, this is Salad Cup number 5, Scourge of the West, playing as the Lizardmen against myself, playing as the Dark Elves here. So, let's go over the builds to start things off. This is a best of 3, by the way, and it is not double elimination, just single elimination. Unlike the Fresh Recruit tournaments, for example. Now let's take a look at the stats, or, the abilities of Malekith. So he has Soul Stealer, and of course, just the Breath, because he's on Dragon, Seraphon, whatever is his name. Now, cav-wise, we have, of course, 3 Dark Riders with repeater crossbows, 2 Cold One Knights, and we have 3 Blackguards of Nagaron. 1 is rank 1, and of course, 4 of these Spearmen. Now for my opponent, Scourge of the West, take a look at his composition. So we have Lord Mazdamundi. So here he is. Let's see what he's got in store for us. So okay, I gotta go a little bit here. The Ruination of Cities, Banishment, Shield of the Old Ones, Apotheosis, Monic Convergence, Net of Talk, Cold-Blooded, Sunburst, Standard of Hexoatl, Greater Arcane Conduit, and that's it. That's a lot on Mazdamundi. He has so many spells. That is just crazy. He is just crazy here. Anyway, now that's out of the way. What we can do is look at the rest of the build for opponent. So we have, looks like a bunch of Chameleon Skinks up front. Well, there's only 2 of them. I don't think there are more anywhere else. We do have 2 red-crested Skinks. 1 is Vet 1. In the center here, we see 2 of these Saurus Warriors with shields. We have contingent-wise, we see 2 Cold One Spear, actually make that 3 Cold One Spear Riders with the Umbral Tide. That is a Salamander hunting pack. Of course, there is a Bastillodon as well. That is a solar engine. So hit play and we'll see where that takes us. So the fact that I'm using the Dark Riders here basically means that I want to skirmish. I see his Cold One Spear Riders, so I'm like, yeah, let's go hit those guys, because that's gonna be a good target. But unfortunately, I do see his Skinks. His Skinks are actually very good at keeping me busy, keeping those Dark Riders busy, because I really want to use my Dark Riders to target the single entities like Mazdamundi, Cold One Spear Riders as well, because they have so much armor piercing damage. This is what you want them to do. And here the Skinks have come up. They're going to be targeting the Blackguard of Nagaron. Has actually taken some damage so far. And here's the Salamander hunting pack hitting the Blackguard of Nagaron. Bastillodon is still charging. Looks like the Umbral Tide did get, with that shot that they just took, they decided to come back. Now here, this Blackguard of Nagaron took a massive hit. These ones here, they were netted, and now there's a Banishment doing a lot of damage onto the Blackguard, so very nice Banishment. Here the Skinks actually hit my Red Spears. Here I'm being caught as well, but I am flanking. I'm trying to get my Cold One Knights into the enemy, but it's not working out okay. There's also an engagement over here between Malekith and Lord Mazdamundi. I am actually going to kill off these red-crested Skinks, but there's now a Shield of the Old Ones. This engagement here is very, very bad for me. I mean, I have fewer units than the Lizardmen in this engagement. I'm engaging here, but again, I did get off a huge Soul Stealer, but I'm not really getting healed, right? Because Malekith isn't taking damage. Of course, there's an Apotheosis here being popped, so that's gonna help. Again, the Dark Riders here are unable to do much work. I mean, we did kill the Red-Crested Skinks. The Blackguards of Nagaron have taken massive damage, though. Here we are routing again more of the Red-Crested Skinks, and there's just so much cavalry here that the Lizardmen still have alive. All of these Cold One Spear Riders. We have the Saurus Warriors with shields. My Blackguards of Nagron, they're still here, but again, the Bastillodon is pretty full. Salamander Hunting Pack is okay, you know, Mazdamundi is in great shape. There's still 2 Saurus Warriors with shields, so this really isn't that close. I mean, would be if I could use the Dark Riders with repeater crossbows here. Or if I could get off a really nice breath attack, it might change things. Let's see here. So how many kills did that get? That got some kills. It actually killed some cav, but wasn't really enough to change the tide here. Again, the Dark Riders are doing a great job here now. They're starting to actually dish out the damage. I do charge Mazdamundi in because with Malekith, because I'm like, hey, I have the Blackguards of Nagron here, so maybe with their support that's gonna go well. Now the Salamander Hunting Pack, it's actually targeting Malekith. Mazdamundi does get out of there. This was a pretty okay-ish engagement for me still. However, now I am netted and the Salamander Hunting Pack is gonna hurt a lot. I still have 2 Blackguards here. I am doing quite the damage to these Cold One Spear Riders. Still, there's a Shield of the Old Ones. The Banishment, I am actually gonna go through the Banishment here, which isn't a good thing. Again, the Salamander Hunting Pack, I am netted, so Malekith is no longer netted. He's going to actually disengage from here though, as he should be. Blackguards are still fighting here, but the Saurus Warriors, there's plenty of them left. Ooh, that's actually a lot of damage onto my infantry there. That's not good at all. These Dark Riders though, with the repeater crossbows, still alive. Now I'm going to try and use a breath attack, but these Salamander Hunting Packs, you know, is doing great here. So I'm gonna land because I'm like, why not at this point? Probably a mistake. I should have used my Dark Riders repeater crossbow still, but I did get pretty. Oh my god, the damage from those Salamander Hunting Packs. I did get pretty desperate at this point, and there's no way Malekith can win against all this stuff here. But still done. I mean, you can even send in Mazdamundi for good measure, but you know, Saurus Warriors here are actually able to chase off Malekith. That's really not good for him. And here comes Mazdamundi chasing off Malekith. Doesn't happen too often, but yeah, he's getting hit here. I don't think I'm not able to pull him out of there, so that isn't good at all. It's actually really bad for me, but you know, I still have some Dark Riders left, but very close to army losses. And in terms of units left, you know, it's not a lot more that they have than me, but it's a lot of single entities, and I have other targets like, you know, the Mazdamundi, Bastillodon, and that is going to be it. Let's see the statistics. Cold One Knights, those were basically wasted by me. Shouldn't have used them like that. Blackguards of Naggaroth, meh. Mazdamundi, 113 kills. I guess it was the banishment, you know. But yeah, Scourge of the West really dealt well with my Blackguards of Naggaroth there. Really did a number on them. And the Cold One Knights were ineffective. I mean, there's not much I could have done with the Blackguards of Naggaroth, so to make them do better, because you know, he got netted, and then there was the banishment. But I could have definitely used the cap better. But yeah, that's game 1. We'll see how game 2 goes. All right, so here we are with game 2 of this best of 3. Now, this time around, I'm playing as the High Elves, and we have Scourge of the West in command of Bretonnia. To go over the builds. So I'll start off with my own army. Here I have Alariel the Radiant. She is on foot. There she is. Looking high and mighty. Now in terms of abilities and such, please show me. Okay, we have Star of Avalor, of course. Arcane Conduit, Earthblood, Shield of Sapphire, Life Bloom, and that's about it for Alariel. For the rest of the composition, we don't have any more wizards or any single entities for that matter, but what we do have right now is basically 3 Phoenix Guards, one of which is the Keepers of the Flame unit. These guys over here, just look at those guys, they look so cool. Then we have a bunch of these Spearmen, so that is 3 Spearmen. Behind those we have 4 Lothern Sea Guards. One of them is vet 1, and behind those spearmen, the 3 up front, we have 2 more for a total of 5 spearmen. Now it is time to go over the Bretonnian build here. We have King Luanluancoeur, funnily enough, on horseback. Don't see that too often. Normally he's on his hippogriff. He has Sword of Couronne, the Lion's Shield, Stand Your Ground, Ladies Champion, Blessing of the Lady. So that's quite a lot for him. Should be a Damsel of Beasts here. There she is. So what's she got here to use? Let's see. The Transformation of Kadon and Flock of Doom. That's kind of what you would normally expect. Damsel of Life, however, I do not see a Damsel of Life, which is very, very interesting. Now, more single entities. Yes, we have a Grail Reliquary here. Sitting along these foot squares. We also have a Paladin. There is the Paladin. There's nothing special on the Paladin. In terms of the Cav contingent, though, we see the Companions of Canel. Those are questing knights. ROR unit. Knights Errant. Grail Knights. And there's no second Grail Knight. There is only a single unit of Grail Knights. And by the way, I forgot something which I'll note in a moment. Interesting. Only 2 Cav units. No, actually make that 3 Cav units, but pretty interesting. Important part, though, is that there are 2 Blessed Field Trebuchets. There are also 2 regular Peasant Bowmen. There are a bunch of these Spearmen at Arms as well. Well, just 2 actually, to defend the Blessed Field Trebuchets. They are vet 1. You also see these foot squares, 3 foot squares and 2 Peasant Mob. Now, what do we got? Let's have a look, see what we forgot. So it's actually pretty simple. We just forgot the 3 Illyrian Reavers on my side. All right, time to get playing and see where this takes us. So as you can see, I do notice where his army is, and at this point, I'm like, okay, let's turn around this way to face the Bretonnians. There's a little bit of a choke point here, which can be good against his cavalry, but it's also bad for my cavalry because I cannot get around to hit his Blessed Field Trebuchets, which could definitely be very annoying. I do have this Illyrian Reaver here. There's a Damsel close, but we'll see if anything happens there. I am still trying to move my army. I'm not really advancing because, I mean, this is pretty easy, right? I don't want to be in range of his artillery, his Blessed Field Trebuchet, so I'm trying to make sure that I stay out and don't get fired upon, so I can advance with my whole army. Unfortunately, I am not able to do that, so I lose 4 models in a Phoenix Guard. It's pretty bad start, but you know, it is what it is. Now here the Illyrian Reavers have been discovered, so I'm like, yeah, let's charge a Damsel of Beasts. I'll be able to catch her, and I'm getting some hits on her, but it won't really help because the Canel's Knights are there. So it's time for the Illyrian Reavers to get out of there. You know, they're fast, but oh boy, they're actually getting shot at by the missiles. So, you know, that was ballsy play by me to try and get the Damsel of Beasts. I do a little bit of damage, but really, at the end of the day, it wasn't worth it. Now there's a big Flock of Doom here, overcast Flock of Doom onto my Phoenix Guard and Laudon Sea Guard in the middle here. It's actually doing so much damage to those units. Wow, that really did a lot of damage. And here, I do have my Illyrian Reavers around. There's also one over on that side. And the Blessed Field Trebuchets is... Wow, that actually hit both the Illyrian Reavers and the Keepers of the Flame. The Keepers of the Flame are in a very bad spot right now, at least. So here I'm trying to target something down. I guess I'm trying to target down this foot square, but this position is not very good for me. Obviously, the Phoenix Guards will take out the peasant mob there. Here I do end up bracing with spearmen, but I still take some damage from the charge, actually, quite a bit. And now they're just gonna end up losing, even though I have Laudon and Seaguard supporting. I do have another spear unit here that I brought up just in case it's necessary. Keepers of the Flame already have HP. from all the artillery fire, so the blessed field trebuchets definitely paying for themselves. Illyrian Reavers here, trying to get them away from these Grail Knights, but I'm unable to do that right now. I have some Illyrian Reavers coming around here, and yeah, you know, Grail Knights are chasing me, but they're not fast enough, so they can't really catch me. Now these spearmen here are moving up, which might give me an opportunity to do well. However, I'm actually losing the mainline engagement. There was a Feral Manticore spawned as well. It's not good for me. Companions of Canel have actually lost a lot of men and haven't done too much damage. Keepers of the Flame are doing great here, but again, Wood Squires are holding me up really well. Little Reavers into the Blast Field Trebuchets managed to do that. Here though, Alariel's in trouble. She's trying to actually run away because this isn't good for her at all. She's just gonna run away. It's in good shape there. Companions of Canel have routed off the field, which is great for me. These have not done much damage, but this Knights Errant unit is starting to do a lot against my Lothern Seaguard here, and that is a problem for me. And you know, that's not something I can deal with. I do have a Lyrian Reaver that came back. Lyrian Reavers have shut down one of the Blessed Field Trebuchets and they've annoyed the other, but those have done a lot. And there's another Flock of Doom, I guess, that was popped in the middle here, doing lots of work against my spears. Lothern Seaguards being destroyed by Knights Errant. Knights Errant gonna go again with a lance charge, apparently, into these Lothern Seaguards. Actually, they did not manage to get a charge off, so that's good for me. Grail Knights here, let's see what they do against braced spearmen. So the spearmen here get smashed by a lance charge from the Grail Knights. Very easy to pierce through there with the lance charge, and they're gonna keep going on through. And they got straight into the Lothern Seaguard with that charge, and they did so much damage to the spearmen as well. And yeah, that is a ridiculous amount of damage here. Now, Knights Errant and of course Gluan Leoncoeur, both trying to chase off Alariel, and actually Luan Leoncoeur hit Alariel pretty hard here. This is definitely not looking good for this here's the High Elves, and that's another hit on Alariel. He really wants to kill her off. So I'm able to pop a Star of Babylon. However, that's not good for me because you know, she's not really in the star right now. So she's not really healing, but I'm gonna get in the star soon. And the situation is becoming very bad for us right now. I mean, I'm not sure what I can say, because we're just getting all this cavalry here. Like, this Knights Errant unit is doing so much work. The Grail Knights got a lot of damage done as well with their lance formation. They just pierced through a lot of stuff. Phoenix Guards here still alive, but let's see what... Ooh, that's a huge hit on the Phoenix Guard. But the Knights Errant charging in through with another lance charge. They get through pretty easily. So if they want to, they can just get out of there. Thing is, Alariel is... Ooh, that's another really good charge onto this Phoenix Guard, but Knights Errant probably will end up dying here, because they're taking huge HP losses. However, they're also killing my unit, so not too bad. There's a Sword of Couronne here again. That's a nice charge into my units there. Paladin and Grail Reliquary are basically almost done, but you know, that's a little bit too late. Swift Squire is still alive there. There are Peasant Bowmen still a thing. Gluan Leoncoeur is full. I am chasing off the Damsel of Peace, so at least I managed to kill that unit. But again, Grail Knights here with another lance charge. Like, they're just killing off all my melee units, no problem. These spearmen here should eventually beat those spearmen at arms, but I'm gonna get another charge here with my Lyrian Reavers. Alariel is still alive, but again, look at Gluan Leoncoeur. He's basically full HP. He has no issues here whatsoever. Peasant mob still around, trying to move around with Lyrian Reavers, Phoenix Guards, chasing stuff. But at this point, it's pretty much over. Paladin hasn't come back, which is a bit hilarious, but could be coming back soon. I have some Phoenix Guard alive, and considering how much damage they took, they've actually killed quite a lot. But again, it's mostly units that aren't really worth considering, so... Ooh! There goes Alariel. I guess she gets slapped down, and after she got slapped down, the entire army just routed. Well, by slapped down, I mean killed, to speak. But actually, surprisingly, the Phoenix Guard did get some kills there, but I guess they didn't get veterancy because they actually killed potentially peasant mobs, so not too helpful. Lotteron Sea Guards not doing hot here. One of them actually got two chevrons though, not bad. Leon Reavers, you know, two of them did okay because they did actually. Well, one specifically shut down the artillery. That was good, but already did so much damage, so it wasn't really worth it. Of course, for Scourge of the West, for his Bretonnia, King Leon Leoncoeur did amazing. And of course, these Grail Knights here were the end of me, as well as the Trebuchets, right? The Trebuchet is just so much work. Anyway, that is the game and match. So Scourge of the West defeats me 2-0, advances on to the next rounds. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, follow me on social media. See you all next time.